Yo, what's up guys? It's Yellowfin, and I'm going to be checking out the new PL 13.1 update, I think is what it was called, which is the update to the challenges. So first I'm going to claim my reward from the daily event, which is an aluminum because the new update came out, and also give an update like on the Jaguar prelims since there wasn't really much that happened in that video. But, okay, Nissan Primera, nothing really too special. But yeah, I'm in 4th. My bracket's basically empty, and the only reason I have 31 losses is just because the guy in 1st raced me, like, over and over and over again, so I was basically just targeted by them, but my bracket's still the 10 people. It filled up to 10, and then never filled up anymore, so I have a feeling I have a rather strong chance for getting the carbon fiber. But, let's take a look at the new challenge. So this is what it looks like so far. There is no challenge right now, but the picture looks rather nice. It has a nice Lancia Stratos on it, and it looks good. It does seem to have, like, there was something that said where it would have, like, a little thing in the top right corner where it would tell you, like, if there's a challenge going on. But right now, it just seems like there is a challenge just because I'm used to, like, the color being filled in when there is a challenge, but there isn't. So let's check out more of the details. So let's hop into KT Play, and that's not the right one. It should be right. Oh, wrong button. There it is. Okay, PL 13.1 update release notes. So, this is what it'll be looking like, which looks actually pretty cool. I mean, it does have the little challenge in the corner. That's where the challenge panel is, and then the name of the challenge is going on. And then it'll look like that, which is sort of similar to the championships thing, which is interesting, and it also looks like there'll be multiple challenges going on at times, which is also pretty interesting. And they'll, like, contain multiple challenges and what happened. Also, there'll be, like, attempts remaining for challenges, which is also interesting that, like, you'll get attempts, which is pretty, like, new. That's new, that, like, it without, like, the stuff. Okay, and then also there are very, like, specific requirements in also these things called keys. So the keys, it said, like, they could be obtained in events. Yeah, keys are a new way for us to allow limited entries to challenges. These keys are usually attained through challenges and events depending on the design of the challenge. So it seems like something similar to Renown, which could be good or it could be bad. It all just depends on how common the keys will be. Like, if the keys are common and they happen a bunch, then that's good. I mean, then I'll be able to, like, you'll be able to keep playing with your stuff. Keys will act as, like, rewards, it seems. So there seems to be blue tokens and green tokens. So it seems like there will be multiple different types of keys that you'll have. And then also, it has different criteria, where it seems rather specific, which is also a little bit interesting, how specific it is, because that Hummer is limited to one single Hummer. It's the uncommon Hummer, I'm pretty sure. And I think it is. I mean, it is a Hummer, USA 4-wheel drive off-road diesel, uncommon performance, so it has to be then that uncommon Hummer, which is one car. So, I mean, that's a little interesting. They do have it with that specific of a criteria that you have to have. Then also, there was something else that said, I'm not sure where it said that, but it said something about there would be no more prize boards, which isn't very good. That it all depends on, like, when the update comes out, like when the first challenge comes out, and we'll see how it is. But not having prize boards at the end is a little worrisome. So hopefully, like, the rewards from the events, like from each round, are hopefully good, or at least are better than what would be on a prize board. Because a prize board, about every 3-star win, is maybe like around like 1,000 in cash and some gold. Like, that's probably about how much you most likely get on average from a prize board by clicking, like, the cash and the gold. So maybe, like, 3 gold and maybe, like, 500 to 1,000 cash. So, hopefully, like, the prizes that you get from each round will be something that is, like, good enough for that. And it also hinted 2 things. The Peugeot 908 HDI FAP, which is a very strong diesel race car with 99 handling, 2.60 to 60 slick tires, a very strong car overall, which is interesting because I wonder if they will put it as a prize car, or if maybe that's what more of the final reward will be. Like, instead of a ceramic pack, it'll be these high tier prize cars. which will be very interesting to add to the game because there are a lot of prize cars that really don't really have a chance, like that don't really will have their own specific tri-series because they aren't good enough. So like I'll name off a few of those in a sec after I do say a few more things, like the attempts. Attempts 15 out of 15, so that must be like if you fail, then maybe you lose an attempt, because it seems like the attempts are full, except the rounds also haven't been completed. There also is a reward section too, which means there might be a way to check like all the rewards you'll get in the following rounds too, which might be interesting, but this is all also speculation from what we have so far in the information. And another thing, the Titanium pack. So this was a pack that only came out once. It was for a special event where it was like a tri-series event where it wasn't a tri-series, but the event, it was like the length of a tri-series final, where it lasted 3 days. It was an event where everyone went all out for the top prize, and the top prize was a Titanium pack, which is a pack that has a 25% chance of pulling a legendary, a guaranteed epic, and very high chances of every other car is an ultra rare or an epic, pretty much. So, it's basically the legendary pack from Top Drive's club, without maybe the guaranteed legendary part. But it's basically that pack, where it's basically, I just said basically like 5 times in a row, but it's basically a pack that is very strong, the best pack in the game, and has very high chances of a legendary. So if that makes a return, that'll be very interesting, plus it also being in a challenge, so more than just like 2 people will have a chance of getting it for like every bracket, how it used to be. But yeah, so another thing that I was going to talk about is over here in cars, where we look at prize cars. Now, if they're giving away like prize cars that are trying to give away prize cars that are maybe very limited, very niche, like maybe the Peugeot HDI FAP, which is right here, which is a very niche car. It's a diesel car, so if you get it, you basically broke in the diesel events. You have the best diesel car by a mile. So like here, if we look at miscellaneous and then you go to diesel right there and turn off prize cars, you've basically broken the diesel bracket. You've basically won if you have that car. So that car really can't be given away in a tri-series if a very limited amount of people are going to get it. Which is probably why then it'll be used more as a new challenge prize car, because then more people will have a higher chance of getting it, because if you have it, you've basically guaranteed won the diesel event. Then also, if we go to prize cars, there are also a lot of low RQ legendaries and also epics too, where there's cars that not many people are going to spend a lot of money for getting, like the MC12 Stradale, the Z06, maybe the GTX1, Bentley Continental GT convertible, where it's more cars like only people that really spend money on it are people that are specialized in that category or just large fans of the car. Maybe like the CTS-V, Evora GT4, the C8 12S, or cars that not many people, it won't be worth spending tons of money on, where then having it in a challenge will make it so a lot more people would be able to receive it, and it would actually be like a more like rewarding prize to get. So they could actually like give it out in events then and not just have it sit and be a prize card that no one has. Also epics. Epics very rarely have a tri-series, and low tier epics like RQ65 ones are given out in like special events like the new one Year of the Ox, where then they give out like low tier epics, but there isn't really like a spot for giving out prize car epics except for maybe those events, which happen like once every like 2 to 3 months. So there's a ton of prize car epics, and there keep on being ones added more, and they're rarely given out. So this might be another way for them to give out epic prize cars. Also, lower tier cars like the ultra rares too, another chance for them to be given out, same with the super rares and the rares. And maybe even this car, except I have a feeling that, except I'm not really sure. I'm not sure if they'd have it be a car like the XK150 where you'd earn it from an event and they'd give it out, because it seems like it might be good. Like, it might actually be a good car where I don't think they'd give out like 8 of them and then everyone could have like 8 of them, and then they might be very overpowered for their ranking. But I'm not really sure. But yeah, that's what it seems like, where it might be another chance for them to give out more of these lower tier prize cars then, without people having to spend large amounts of money to get them, or people not wanting to spend large amounts of money to get them because they're not as useful. So, that's basically my reaction and also my predictions to the new challenge and what we could be upcoming to look for. None of this is guaranteed besides some of the stuff I showed you in KT Play, which is like stuff stated out by the Hutch admins and people working at Hutch. But it's basically my speculations or predictions of what might possibly happen with the information that we have. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like these type of videos, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell, do all that cool stuff. I'm Yellowfin. Goodbye.